This is CNN Breaking News.
Good morning and welcome to Colonial News Network Live. In urgent news, an uprising of sorts has broken out in Springfield, Massachusetts, as protests of many disgruntled farmers have blocked the entrance of the courthouse, shutting down the nearby court systems. Our field reporter, Veronica Radke, has more. Veronica?
I'm here in Springfield, Massachusetts, under crazy circumstances. As Ben told us, there's currently an outcry from citizens of Massachusetts and surrounding areas. Daniel Shays, an Army veteran and former farmer, marched through Springfield to force our court to adjourn. I'm now joined by him to hear his perspective on what's currently engulfing the town. Daniel Shays, what prompted you to rebel so violently?
You see, I was born into the American Revolution. I fought tooth and nail for independence in the battles of Bunker Hill, Saratoga, and Lexington, and rose to the rank of captain in the 5th Massachusetts Regiment. Once I came back to Massachusetts, I received no share for partaking in the Continental Army. Then I was taxed incredulously. Banding together with farmers and veterans, we came to the consensus that we were being treated unfairly and controlled by the legislature. We are simple farmers, yet we are being taxed like the wealthy. It is unfair and, by golly, utterly unconstitutional. It's these damned Articles of Confederation.
Why were the soldiers so furious with the government of Massachusetts?
Our land is being unfairly and unwillingly foreclosed, and we farmers and veterans are helpless. We were unpaid after the revolution, and now we are burdened with taxation. This is inconceivable.
Daniel, why did you force the court to adjourn?
We all forced our court to adjourn because our soldiers were not getting paid or compensated after we fought for our freedom.
Why were the soldiers so furious with the government of Massachusetts? Thank you so much for your time. I think we all learned a lot.
Thank you, Veronica, and we will pray for the situation in Springfield. Earlier today, we were able to interview General Knox about the situation, and he had some choice words to say on it. When asked what he saw at the scene of what is starting to be called a rebellion, he told us that the farmers, they see the weakness of the government, they feel at once their own poverty compared with that of the opulent, and their own force, and they are determined to make use of the latter in order to remedy the former. In simple terms, they see that the government is weak, and they are going to use that to get out of poverty. We are also able to ask him why a group of honest men, why would they do such a thing? He responded in saying that their creed is that the property of the United States has been protected from the confiscations of the British by the joint exertions of all, and therefore ought to be common property of all. He wanted to say that they must be quelled by whatever means necessary. An infant nation such as ourselves, we cannot afford a dissolution. I'm afraid we're going to have to cut this segment off, as things may have just kicked it up a notch for Shays. We're going to Veronica on the scene.
Coming back from Ben in the office, you're seeing me in Springfield, Massachusetts once again, but outside of the courthouse. These protests have just turned violent, just like these people are. Similar to what we have seen in earlier outbreaks. Thousands of protesters supporting Shays' idea are arguing their points here. Here, I've managed to have a conversation with a farmer and soldier in the war. Maddie, why are you protesting today?
We are here to protest the unjust economic policies and political corruption of the Massachusetts state legislature. As farmers, we left our families to serve in the Revolutionary War. Many of us have gone into debt, and they're still taxing us like the damn wealthy.
What are you and Shays supporters hoping to get out of this rebellion?
We believe the Articles of Confederation is too weak to manage our nation. We want the framing of a new U.S. Constitution and also the strengthening of the federal government to prevent future uprisings.
Why is it so important that future uprisings are avoided?
We want to prevent rebellions to preserve the Union so that the experiment of democracy can be allowed to fully prosper.
Thank you so much for your time today, Maddie. I think it's really important we all get a citizen's view on the topic.
Hey, my dad!
Get him!
Oh no!